All right. Top of the morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yesterday's picks did not go as planned. Nas Reed, he kind of killed me, honestly. The Nas Reed play, Chet Holmgren hit what he was supposed to hit. Anthony Edwards hit what he was supposed to hit. Nas Reed goes 0 for, I believe it was 0 for 4, making him a full on 0 for 11 in the playoffs. So yeah, Nas Reed, thank you for, hooking me on all kinds of money, right? So going into it today, we have a few picks out there. Apologize now, got a couple of the sniffles right now. But we've got a protected play on Prize Picks, right? I believe it should be somewhere around here. It should be coming up pretty soon. It's Friday, time to flex, right? And then we've got Underdog Fantasy. Right now, they are eligible for a discount. We are all eligible for a discount. $60 max. We're gonna put $10 on this discount, and we're gonna start looking into it. But just overall, I want to say that we've had some success, mostly from the NBA picks, MLB picks. But yesterday we had some hockey success as well, so we're gonna look into that as well. Got some money line picks coming up for you. So just overall, we're gonna cook it together. Looking at it, we've got Indy, New York. We've got a full slate of baseball ahead of us. 10:30 is the first game, Baltimore, Boston, and then we've got Edmonton against Dallas, which is an amazing series. Honestly, it's one that you really want to see, especially with Edmonton down 1-0. I have Edmonton winning it all right now. You put the bet on them right now. Let's see. Let's see what ESPN bet has going on. Yeah, honestly, I really feel Edmonton is going to win it all. Florida looks really good as well. Matthew Kachuk is playing like a madman. And Carolina's going to give it up. So Carolina, I feel like they're going to get swept overall, and then we're gonna start seeing the Edmonton Dallas series very big. So 696,516. So we're gonna take a look at the odds on Edmonton Oilers to win it all. I've also got the Knicks coming back and winning this series against Indy. I just can't get over the fact that you blow a 20-point lead, very close to 20 points. Um, the whole game went to New York the whole way, all the way through. It was New York's game. They blew it. They blew it 100%. But overall, I don't see Indy dominating any game in this series. So honestly, lucky catch, first game. It's nice. It makes Halliburton look, somewhat decent, right? Edmonton Oilers money line. That right there is going to hit if the Oilers have any chance on if the Oilers have any chance on winning the cup, they're gonna have to win today, big time, 100%. NHL futures, we're looking at the Stanley Cup winner. Edmonton is plus 350, right? That means if you drop 25 on Edmonton today, you're gonna win 87. You drop 50 on Edmonton today, you're winning 175. That is a huge win. Connor McDavid is not going to let this by slowly. Honestly, I really have a Connor McDavid goal. I have a Seiya Suzuki home run. Looking at it, we're gonna go a little bit deeper into this, and we're gonna cook today, right? So let's see if Prize Picks has our Flex Friday up. Not quite yet. Okay, so we're gonna start with Underdog Fantasy. We're gonna go ahead and discount a pick. These are any eligible picks that are allowed to be discounted, right? So we're gonna go ahead and look at it. Watch out for these discounts. Really watch out for these discounts. 15 and a half points for Tyrese Halliburton is not, I mean, understandably so. He is the Pacers' go-to, but 16 points is not a lock all the time, 17 and a half for Karl Anthony Towns, 22 for Jalen Brunson. These are not the biggest locks out there, right? Um, so you still want to do your research on these. That way you don't end up picking a discount pick that just throws off your whole slip, right? So looking at it, we got basketball picks, we got baseball picks, we got WNBA, Kelsey Plum at 19 points. Love Kelsey Plum. And then we've got some hockey picks as well. So we're going to look into the basketball picks. Tyrese Halliburton at 16 points It looks nice. It really does. Jalen Brunson at 22 points. Let's double check to see what's going on. I like to go into the past games. Matchups mean everything, right? Also, when someone's hot, someone's hot. You can't really deny that. You have the Knicks at a -6.5. Jalen Brunson averaging 26 points a game in the season. So 22 shouldn't be that bad. Last game, 1 for 6. He had 1 for 6 from three, and he had 43 points. That's an OT game. But 23, 22, 39, 27, 17, 29, right? So he had two games against the Celtics where he did not accrue that 22, or he went even on one of them and he didn't do it on the other, right? So looking at the amount of minutes played in that 17-point game, he had 38 minutes played, 6 for 19, 2 for 9 from three. Rough game for Jalen Brunson right here. Against Detroit, he had one game where he was under the 22, right? I think it's a pretty safe pick with Brunson. 27-15, 27-15. He averaged 21 points at the end of the regular season. In March, he averaged 31 on the season. Like I said, he's averaging 26 points. So I like the Jalen Brunson pick. Also, if you OG Anunoby, man. OG Anunoby, I want to pick him. I really do. Everything tells me to pick him, but it's just the disappointment that he put me through in the last game. It's just crazy to see that you go to overtime, you still can't hit over 16 and a half points. 12 and a half is likely a lock. It really is. OG is one of the go-to guys, especially when Jalen Brunson is off of the floor, because you're gonna need to get the guy some rest, right? But looking at it, let's double check on OG's line. I don't want to discount OG Anunoby, right? It's 16 points. Didn't hit the 16 and a half. Like I said, he hooked us. He hooked us very badly a couple days ago. Lost us out on money. Just like Nas Reed, I really don't want to mess with him, right? But 12 and a half points is kind of hard to. It's 13 points, right? He's had. No. Our discount pick we're going to use is Jalen Brunson. We're going higher than the 22. And then we're going to lock in some baseball here as well. I'm going to go three-man. We're going to go with baseball. And these are safe picks right here. Because we got a discount here, we want to play it safe, right? We want to win some plus money, especially with just $10 in the account. If we're going to go crazy with it, we're going to go on the Flex Friday sheet, or we're going to go with a pick from Prize Picks, right? So, Underdog Fantasy, we got Jalen Brunson on 22 points, right? Digging into baseball, I really like. I really, really, really like Seiya Suzuki, 6 for 13, a double, a triple, 2 home runs against Hunter Green. Right-handed pitching, go into it. Let's go into Seiya Suzuki. 6 for 13, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 13 plate appearances, right? 4 extra base hits, 15 total bases, right? Against right-handed pitching, this guy is dominating. 340 game. You want to stay away from the early games. We don't want to crush a Friday slip at 10:30 in the morning, right? So looking at it, Boyd against Hunter Green. The Reds have been amazing this season, right? Terry Francona really has them running away with it. But the Cubs are the best team in that division. And I don't see, even with Hunter Green on the mound, having a great year. As you can see, has a .81 whip, which is walks and hits per inning pitched. So not much out there. But looking at the track record he has against the Cubs. Let's go back to 2024 season because he hasn't played against the Cubs this year. He has a 4.86 ERA in 3 games played, 16.2 innings pitched, and he's given up 9 earned, right? It's a lot. 3 home runs. He does have the 16 Ks in 16 innings, but that 4.8 ERA is huge. Huge. That means that someone from the Cubs is going to hit today. And I just feel like against right-handed batters, you've got Seiya Suzuki leading in RBIs, right? And then you look at it, is bat versus pitch. His bat versus pitch is nice. It's very well. His game log, he went 1 for 4, 3 for 5, 1 for 4. Didn't start this game, but he had 2 RBIs in it, right? You have 1 for 5 with a double, right? 2 for 4 with a run scored. Then you've got 1 for 4 with a run scored. You honestly got a very good hitter right here. He has grown his average. It has gone down, honestly. But when you look at the splits, I really like going off for the splits. There's some batters that bat very well against left-handed pitching, right-handed pitching, right? And then on the other side of the spectrum, it's a .86 average. Like they're terrible against right-handed pitching, left-handed pitching, right? So you got to look at that, honestly. If Rafael Devers hits 429 average and he rakes against right-handers at home, then go for it. Go for it, right? Seiya Suzuki is just that, right? Against right-handed bat or against right-handed pitching, 228, right? But he has 7 of his 12 homers against righties. And then going at it, they're playing in Cincy. Away, he has 8 homers. He is 283 hitter on the road. So he plays much better on the road than at home. So you look at that. Seiya Suzuki's a very good pick as well. I like that one. I'm gonna run with that one as well. We're gonna go 1.5 hit run and RBI for Seiya Suzuki. We have the discounted pick on Jalen Brunson, and then honestly, just like I said, Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid. If it's a risk, if there's any kind of risk there, Connor McDavid is he's gonna hit. He's going to hit. He will all the time, 100%. He's at 3.5 shots on goal. He had 4 shots on goal, 2 assists, and 1 power play point, right? So we go over the 3.5. Over the 3.5 would put us at a $67 slip for 10 bucks, right? I really like it. Me personally, I love Connor McDavid, right? Now, you go with the goal, that puts you at 76, right? So that goal, it's not as big as what everyone thinks it's gonna be. It's because it's a lock. Honestly, Connor McDavid will not let his team go down 2-zip, especially against Dallas after what happened to them last year. Connor McDavid all day, to the roof, to the moon. Today's Connor McDavid's day, just like yesterday was Anthony Edwards' day, right? So we're gonna go Connor McDavid, big on Connor McDavid. I'm gonna take out this goal. We're gonna run the goal on Prize Picks, right? And then we're gonna run the 3.5 shots on goal, right? 67-40. That's 3 men. It's a 3-man slip, and you've got it across all sports, right? You've got your favorite pick in each sport. You've got your NHL, you've got your MLB, and then you've got your NBA, right? 3:40 to 5 o'clock to 5 o'clock, right? So you got a double mash on NBA and NHL right after Seiya Suzuki hits his 1.5 hits run an RBI, right? So we're gonna lock that in. That's gonna be our lock. A safe slip, right? Overall, refresh this bad boy. Look at the live. Look at the pick'em. That's what we got for today. Connor McDavid over 3.5 shots on goal. Seiya Suzuki 1.5 hits running RBI, and then we got the discounted pick for Jalen Brunson on 22 points. The Knicks are gonna win today. The Knicks have to win today. They have to win today, and a lot of it's gonna be Karl-Anthony Towns. I really like Karl-Anthony Towns going up against the Pacers. He owns Indy. Pascal Siakam just doesn't have an answer for him. So you look at it, Knicks money line is a lock, right? Going deeper into the baseball slate for Flex Friday, let's double check. I don't think they have it up yet. Flex on them. Let's go. Opt in, win your money back, or 20 bucks, right? So what happens is we're opted in. You have to opt in, right? You have to opt in order for it to be successful. What'll happen is that if you lose, right here, you see the cursor. If you lose the bet, it'll drop right back into your 20 bucks, right? If you win any kind of money, let's say you win 8 bucks, 12 bucks on the flex pick, it'll drop into this withdrawable account, right? So if you lose this bet, it'll be 40 bucks that you have in your account. You just can't withdraw it, right? So it's goes back into your bonus picks. Looking at it today, look at the board. I really want to go all over the place with this, right? But at the end of the day, we want to make sure we are very efficient here, especially with all the games that are playing out there, right? You've got, looking at it today, you got Brian Reynolds with a 387 average against Freddie Peralta. Brian Reynolds has not done very great as of late. Um, so it might be something where you might want to hold off on that. You've got the Braves against the Padres in Atlanta. You got Manny Machado against Chris Sale. 10 for 28, 357 average, one home run, three doubles, six singles, right? And then you've got 8 Ks. So it's either one or the other with that San Diego game. Machado's either going to strike out or he's going to hit the ball, right? Let's see what left-handed pitching has to do. Let's see how we go. 264 average. He's struck out 42 of the 144 batters he's faced. Not crazy about it. But Manny Machado has the most success, as you can see, 357 average. Let's see what he does against left-handed pitching. 305 on the year, 3 home runs. That's safe. That's what you want. 348 against lefties. That is huge. That's more than one every 3 at bats, right? He's got a hit in every 3 at bats against lefties. He's got a very great track record against Chris Sale. In Atlanta, he has a 231 average. Let's see what when we go back to the full season of 2024. In Atlanta, he has the 370 average, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. So we're going Manny Machado on this one, likely, and I'm going to tell you before anyone does, Machado will be at half a hit, run, and RBI. And then when you go up, you try to make it 1.5 hits, run, and RBI, it won't be available, right? It'll likely be the 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI on a demon pick. So let's check it out. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Usually. Yep, there it is. That's the one. So he has half a total base, but then they don't offer you the 1.5. They don't offer you the 2.5. They won't offer you a double with 3 RBIs, right? But I'm taking this one. We're taking that one. Manny Machado over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. The average against left-handed pitchers is that's really the lock for me, honestly. Let's go ahead and keep going. Cedric Mullins has a very good average against Lucas Giolito, 8 for 13, 3 doubles, a triple, and 3 Ks. So that's the one that plays at 10 o'clock. Like I said, you don't really want to. Wow, Cedric Mullins. Cedric Mullins against Brian. Is it against Brian Bello? It says Lucas Giolito. So I want to know if maybe, yes, there is. Doubleheader. Perfect. So Underdog Fantasy or Prize Picks will offer you for the doubleheader, just make sure you understand who's pitching, right? Prize Picks, you've got, let's see what Cedric Mullins is at. Cedric Mullins in the 10:35 game, right? You don't want him in this 10:35 game because he doesn't do very well against Pavetta. You want him in the 4:10 game, right? For 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Let's see. He's not. He's not in that 4:10 game. Very limited picks for him in that 4:10 game. I don't see him doing much at the 10:35 game, so please just watch out. Watch what you're betting on. If anyone's going yard in this 10:35 game, I like Devers. I mean, he disappoints every so often, but with Devers, 2 for 8, not very good against Povich. But you look at it against lefties, he hits 300 with 1 home run and 11 RBIs. He has a very great average against lefties, and then in Baltimore, he has a 273 average, 1 RBI. Not the best, not what we want, not what we're looking for. Let's kind of like we're gonna trickle away from that one. Let's keep going. Xander Bogaerts. Oh, look at this one. Orlando Arcia against Nick Pavetta, 636 average. He got 7 hits, 4 singles, 1 double, 2 home runs for a person that doesn't really hit home runs, right? So it's worth taking a look at. Orlando Arcia is on this San Diego Atlanta slip. It's another game, so it's the same game against Pavetta. You got RC 7 for 11, 636 average. What is he doing on the year? 194. Now that's something where you don't want to really go with it, especially against left-handed pitchers. He's not doing very great, right? So we're gonna stay away from that one. We're gonna go a little bit deeper into this. We've got the teammates with 6 hits. You got Bo Bichette, who is on the trade block. I feel like Bo Bichette will get traded by the end of this deadline. So Bo Bichette has a lot to prove. He has been hitting a couple of slips for us as well. So I really like Bo Bichette. Rob Refsnyder against Cade Povich. Let's see, is Povich pitching the first game? He is. He sure is. And we said, who was it? Rob Refsnyder. Rob Refsnyder with a 295 average. Against lefties, he hits 304. On the road, he hits 286. In Baltimore, he hits 667 against the Orioles, right? This looks beautiful. It looks amazing. Rob Refsnyder on the 10 o'clock game. Rob Refsnyder, 1.5 hits, runs, an RBI in that 10 o'clock game, right? We're going to flex it out. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going here. Teoscar came back against right-handed pitching. Teoscar Hernandez is doing amazing right now. The Dodgers have a huge slate of games going up against teams that are above 500. So very great winning records for the Dodgers going up against. You got left-handed pitcher Clayton Kershaw. He did terrible against the Angels, but luckily New York doesn't hit very well against lefties. The only one who I believe hits very well against lefties should be Francisco Lindor. 240 average. Still don't want it. Honestly, he hits but Lindor does hit 386 at home. It's just you got to look at it. What are you going to take? Are you going to take the consistency of Francisco Lindor, or are you going to take Clayton Kershaw, right? Because even though the velocity of Clayton Kershaw is lowered, I just still think it's a trap. That's my biggest thing. It's a trap, right? Looking at it, let's go a little bit deeper into this slate. We've got a 429 average. Mookie Betts against Griffin Canning. The righties. So the right-handers against the right-handed pitching in this Dodgers-Mets game. I've got the Dodgers winning this game. I believe the Mets are going to be favored. Yeah, Mets favored by 110. The thing I want to say the most is that Griffin Canning, coming from the Angels, he did very great last year. But you look at his game log, you've got a win against the Cubs, a win against New York, a win against Arizona. Those are very good teams right there. You've got a lot of run support in Washington. You got a one earned in St. Louis and Philadelphia. He gave up 4 to Oakland, to the Athletics, but at the end of the day, they ended up winning that game too. So he's 5-1, right? His first loss was in the beginning of the season against Houston. Houston, you don't really know what to expect from them, but his bat versus pitch does not look very great against certain teammates, right? Against your Teoscar Hernandez, who hits very well against righties, and Mookie Betts, who hits very well against righties, right? Mookie Fridays is a thing. It really is. Freeman Fridays, Mookie Fridays, they're a thing. The Dodgers do very well on Friday. So looking at it, right-handed pitching, Mookie hits 279. On the road, he hits 300. Looking at the 2024 season, what did he do at Met Stadium? I forgot what it's called. It's not Citi Field right there. 286 average. He got 4 for 14 with a run, an RBI, and a walk, right? Moving on to Teoscar Hernandez. Teo, I believe he came back from injury. Yeah, he was off for a couple weeks. Came back in the Arizona series. Went 1 for 4, 1 for 3 with a homer, 3 RBIs, and then he went 0 for 0 with a walk. So he came in, didn't start that game. Coming in today, very good bat versus pitch against Griffin Canning. 4 for 9, 1 double, a home run, and 3 RBIs and 3 Ks. Right. So either he hits the ball or he strikes out. Right. But you look at it against righties this season. Oh, he hits 255. That is terrible. So you want Teoscar Hernandez against lefties, right? Mookie Betts looks more and more like the pick today. We'll keep that on the back burner. and then we'll look into a couple more picks. You've got these are the 3 hitters, these are the 4 hitters. Austin Riley, 5 hits, but 208 average. Andrew McCutchen against Freddie Peralta. That Milwaukee Pittsburgh game could have a lot of meaning to it. Not as far as division winners or anything like that, but there's a lot of room for opportunity. You got Skeens against Milwaukee. Let's see how good Milwaukee is against striking out against right-handed pitchers. I really like the way Skeens is doing. He's got a chance to get out of Pittsburgh this year, if not this year, next year for sure. But he's got to keep it up. He's got to keep it up and start and continue being the person that he is. Paul Skeens is the man right now. Milwaukee doesn't much strike out against right-handed pitchers. Watch out for Paul Skeens today because this may be a trap. Looking at Paul Skeens' bat versus pitch against Milwaukee, he has 7 Ks and 15 at bats. So he's striking out 2 every 2 batters, right? Every 2 batters he's rocking in a strikeout. Milwaukee doesn't strike out against right-handed pitching. It's like, who are you going to take? What do you want to take here, right? No run support against Philly. You got only 1 earned against New York. You got 2 earned, no run support against St. Louis. You got 3 earned, very little run support against Chicago. You pitched a gem against the Dodgers. 2 earned against Cleveland, no run support again. 0 run support for Paul Skeens, right? What's his strikeouts at? It's likely at 7.5. Do not take it if it is. 6 is beautiful. I really like 6 for Paul Skeens. Even if it hooks, it's still plus money. It doesn't sell the slip. Right now, that flex play is sitting at 20 for 45. Nothing crazy, right? Going into it, we've got 3 picks for our baseball picks, right? I'm going to start digging into some basketball. We got basketball picks that we really like today. Me personally, since Jalen Brunson is discounted on your points, I really like Jalen Brunson assists. He's been averaging somewhere around 6 assists in the playoffs. Right here, you see against Indy and Boston, 6, 6, 12, 7. If we can get a discounted pick at 5.5, perfect. We're going to take it, right? Because we're going to make this slip from, $40 into 80 off of just 1 pick, off of 6 assists. We're going to take that. Josh Hart. Josh Hart does very good on rebounding the ball. He'll likely be at 11.5, 10 rebounds. We'll take him for the 8.5. Of course, 100%. I'm taking him for the 8.5. Let's see if we can get him for 9.5. No, let's not. Oh, someone came off of the board. Someone came off of the board. I'm trying to figure out who it was. It's Paul Skeens. So they took Skeens off the board, right, on his 6 Ks. 4.5 strikeouts on a... they gave up on the 6 Ks. Now 6 Ks is a goblin pick, right? Which is crazy, right? I'll take it. I'll take 6 Ks and 6 assists for Brunson and Skeens. Ref Snyder with the hits on the 10:35 game. You got Machado with the 4:15 game. Really like the $80 so far. Going into it, we're taking McDavid for a fact. We want him on 2.5. Take it. Take the 2.5. However, when you look at this, right, you can add the McDavid pick at 2.5 shots on goal, right? You add the McDavid pick. It's still 20 for 80. You're not making any money off of this, right? So it's best to take McDavid on a different slip. And that's time on ice. Yep, especially in a game where they're down 1-0. He spent, 22.73, very little over. It's worth taking a look at it. Oh, excuse me. Connor McDavid, assists, 74 assists, right? Game log. You want him over the 22 time on ice. In the playoffs, he's averaging 23 minutes, 0.4 seconds. This is the most important playoff game for him. Give me him over on the 22 and a half time on ice, right? Flex Friday pick. We're at $120. We want to add one more slip, but we don't want to put ice in the oil, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at something. Should be a hit here, right? 6-3. You're likely not going to see 9 points in this game today, but you'll see shots. You will see shots, especially from your forwards. I want to take Jason Robertson, but it just feels like ever since he came back from injury, Tyler Seguin, he has also been very good, especially against Edmonton. You look at it, 5 shots on goal. When you look at the very important games, didn't play much of the season. Averages out of 46. He averages in October, he averaged 8 shots on goal. Or he had 8 shots on goal in 6 games. Mm-hmm. 22 shots on goal in the playoffs, 25 time on ice. If we can get Seguin over, see, there you go. 2.5 shots on goal. Now, I could take him for 2, and then we're winning $200, right? How many times has Seguin only shot 1 shot on goal? That's the thing. That's my thing. He has 5-2, so he's hit it in 3 of his last 5 games, 4 of his last 6, 5 of his last 7, right? 8, 9, 10, 6 of his last 10, 7 of his last 10 games. He's exceeded the 1.5 hits on goal, shots on goal, right? Out of 22 games, honestly, this is the pick that's gonna, it's gonna make or break you, right? Because you're gonna add a very small pick, right? You're gonna add one of these, a 1.5 shots on goal, but the goblin might not hit, right? You look at it. If you're safe with $120, I would take this, right? Manny Machado, we saw what he does against left-handed pitching. You saw his track record against Chris Sale. Rob Refsnyder, you saw what he does against Cade Povich, left-handed pitching as well. On the road against Baltimore. Jalen Brunson averages 6 assists in the playoffs. Paul Skeens strikes out more than 2 batters one batter every 2 at-bats against Milwaukee in that pitch lineup. And then you got Connor McDavid on game 2, down 1-0 away. You want him on the ice as much as possible, right? He's averaging 23 minutes on ice. So you got that. That Flex Friday right there is a lock, right? We're going to lock it in. Okay, we're going to lock it in. We're going to submit that on 5 picks. If you want to add the Seguin pick for 200, you win another $80 if you add the 1.5 shots on goal. Me personally, I'm going to stay away from it because of the fact that I really have some degenerate bets I want to get into, honestly. I really like Suzuki. He's going to get an RBI today. He is going to get an RBI today, especially with him sitting at 0.5. You got Manny Machado. I like Manny Machado today as well. I think he's going to get a home run, but me personally, I'll take him for the RBI as well. 20 already into 110, right? So that right there, just off of RBIs. The RBIs is where it counts. This is what makes the money. Suzuki, I can see it. Looking at where he's batting in the lineup, let's see lineups. RBIs have a lot to do with where your batter's batting. Um, Seiya Suzuki batting third, prime RBI attempt. You got Manny Machado, who is likely cleanup, three as well. Likely gonna hit a jack. I honestly feel like these two can hit a home run easily. So you got those two, and then I want to match it in with a Connor McDavid goal. Honestly, I really like it. McDavid goal. So right there, that's 10 for 125 off of just a three-man slip. You got an RBI for Seiya Suzuki. You got Manny Machado with a half an RBI as well. And then you got Connor McDavid with a goal. That's $125 off of $10. You want to drop 20, that's 20 for 250. Much more than our Flex Friday pick of 5 picks. You've got a little degenerate bet, right? You want Connor McDavid to score the goal when he's down 1-0. You want Manny Machado to do what he does against Chris Sale, and then you want Seiya Suzuki to just drive in and run, right? Especially with his run line, his RBI line at 1.5. I just feel like that's easy. That's easy pickings. But if you want to take out Seiya Suzuki, right, that's an easy 10 for 50 right there. You want to add some more. Looking at just overall success, right? Success, you've got Seiya Suzuki. It's Suzuki all the way 100%. So we're going to go with that. We're going to tie those in. We're going to hit the 125. That's just what's going to happen, right? Suzuki, I don't want to touch any basketball because I feel like basketball has been one of those where you add it to the pot, right? The only basketball pick that I really want is Jalen Brunson right now. But it's been, you add it to the pot and it just boils over. It boils over. And that's literally what it looks like, right? Likely going to be a Jalen Brunson game. 138, 135 in OT. But you look at it from the quarters. Halliburton, I can honestly not see it happening. Neesmith, hopefully we see Neesmith at 12.5 points, just like he's been, right? But I highly doubt that. 13 points now after hitting what he hit. I like that pick. Especially with the Knicks going after Halliburton. You add that pick, that's 10 for 245. You go 8 points, that's 10 for 155. You look at Neesmith, how many times has he missed the 8 points in the playoffs? He averages 12 points a game, hit 30, 13, 12, 7 against Cleveland in 27 minutes. This kid is not going to play 27 minutes. No way, no how, unless the Knicks blow them out 100%. Even then, this guy's the only one that made the shots. Halliburton, of course, right? But Neesmith is the reason why the Pacers ended up where they're at, right? If I cannot trust him on 8 points after he's averaging 12 in the season, he hit 30 against the Knicks, 13, 12, 7, 23, 17. Give me Neesmith on the little banger on 8 points. That makes your play from 10. Let's see. You basically add $30 on that play. And if you go for the big money, you're gonna add a whole lot more, right? I like the 7.5 points. I mean, I even like the 10 points, right? 10 points for 180. 15 points for 290. Let's go. All demons. When you look at the 15 points, though, he averages 14.4 against the Cleveland series, and he averages 14.8. You don't want that. I want the 13 points. Since we're going degenerate here, I don't really feel like going demon on Neesmith, especially when it's $245 if you just go regular. You got Manny Machado with an RBI, Connor McDavid with a goal, Seiya Suzuki with an RBI, and Aaron Neesmith with, I feel like everyone's going to be on Halliburton today. Neesmith with the 13 points, 10 for 245 on this. Go ahead and lock it in. We're locking it in today. And then now just giving you the recaps of what's going on. I've got We got Manny Machado doing amazing against left-handed pitching. Rob Refsnyder, again, amazing against lefties. Has a very good track record against Cade Povich. You got Bronson Skeens on 6 assists and strikeouts. And then you got Connor McDavid, time on ice. Like, that's your superstar out there. You want him out there. And you don't want to go down 2-0 against the Dallas Stars. I'm sorry. I just feel like Connor McDavid has to be that guy. You got your degenerate slip, Manny Machado on a half an RBI, Seiya Suzuki on a half an RBI, Connor McDavid on a goal, and Aaron Neesmith on 13 points. That's a 245. And then you got your safe lineup. Connor McDavid, 3.5 shots on goal. Seiya Suzuki, 1.5 hits, runs an RBI. And then you got Jalen Brunson on the discount at 22 points. Right? Again, money line, Knicks. Knicks, money line, 100%, 100,000%, 100,000,000%. Right? You're going to go, this is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get on Fliff because in California, you can use Fliff. You cannot use ESPN Bet. You cannot use FanDuel. So all my people that are outside of California, much respect. I wish I was like you. But unfortunately, we're not like that over here. So it wants us to download it, which, I mean, we do have it. It's right here. We're going to go into a straight money line pick, and I'm going to show you who's going to win and who's not. You got some Fliff coins. You got some Fliff cash right here. The thing with Fliff is that you have to bet the cash. You have to bet the coins. You bet the coins, you get the cash, right? Things like that. Go to shop. You will always get daily. You'll get $1. So you claim the dollar, right? Come in. Me personally, I like to use $9.99, $10. We bet so much, so $10 does add up when you have 5, 6 slips out there, right? Looking at it, let's drop some. We're gonna drop some feds into Fliff. But like I said, Knicks money line through the roof, 100%, 100,000%. MLB, I like the Cubs in this one. I really do. Day game, away, Seiya Suzuki, like I said. I like the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers over the Mets. Like, give me the Dodgers over the Mets today. Yeah, Dodgers over the Mets. I like the Padres over the Braves. Atlanta not doing the best. Acuna is back, but I don't see Atlanta doing that. Oh, you got Kansas City, Minnesota. Seattle, Houston. I'm going to look at this. So the good thing about Fliff is that if you drop cash in it, it's you can add more always, but what happens is that if you buy the $9.99 of Fliff Cash, they give you $12, right? So they give you an extra $2 plus that dollar that you get every time you log in daily. So we're gonna drop that. As you can see, it's at $1 now. You're gonna see it grow to 13, and that's what we're gonna bet, right? We're gonna bet the 13 on that line. Let me see. So 13 on the 1,000 on this plus 1,000 slip. That's good money. That's really good money right there. You got the $13, right? You go max bet. That's 143. That's $143. You got the Knicks money line. No one's an underdog other than the Padres. The Dodgers are going to win this game. Hopefully, Dave Roberts understands that Clayton Kershaw is no longer a starting pitcher, right? This guy's velocity has shown down, right? But I just feel like the Dodgers are going to get all over Griffin Canning. This is going to be a completely different game. Let's go back into this San Diego game because the fact that they're an underdog is what worries me. Likely not seeing what I'm seeing. Nick Pavetta, I mean, he does amazing, 2-3. Chris Sale does not do good against the batters that he faces. Even San Diego first five, I'll take that too, right? But at the end of the day ends, right? So we're gonna go 13 for 143. Now we got Knicks money line, Cubs money line, Dodgers money line, Padres money line, right? That's the 13 for 143. We've got your safe pick, Connor McDavid, Seiya Suzuki, Jalen Brunson, right? And then when you got your prize picks plays, Manny Machado, Connor McDavid, Seiya Suzuki, Aaron Neesmith, right? Then your Flex Friday pick, Manny Machado, Rob Refsnyder, Jalen Brunson, Paul Skeens, Connor McDavid, right? So we're going, that's how we're going to look for today. We're going to